100 and 400, this 247. So it's clearly more closer to which value? It is more closer to 20 here or 10 here?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Sir, 10.
To 10 here. So most probably the square root of this number is going to be closer to 10 here, right guys? Okay, so that was the general method. Okay, and also via the repeated subtraction method, we tried to find out the square root of number. For example, this 36, you need to keep on subtracting odd numbers from it until you get 0. Then we talked about prime factorization method. Okay, suppose you have got a number 1764. You just prime factorize this number, make pairs of similar factors like this 2, this 3, and 7, and take out one number out of every pair, and then find the product of those single numbers. You get 42. That is the square root of the number, right, guys? Okay. And
Yes,
one more
sir.
thing I told you, that how do we determine the number of digits in square root of a perfect square? Are you getting it? I'm saying, how did we use to find out the number of digits in a square root of a perfect square? For example, let's say you have got 441. So if we were to find out the number of digits in the square root of this number, so how can we say that? How can we determine that? So I gave you two formulas. So one was the n upon 2 and one was the n plus 1 upon 2. So n upon 2 was for even number of digits. So suppose you have got a number in which you have got a perfect square number in which there are even number of digits. Let's say there are 4 digits here, right? Let's say there are 4 digits here. So how do we find out the number of digits in a square root? So simply you will divide 4 by 2. Since count it 1, 2, 3, 4, there are 4 digits here. So n here is how much? N here is 4. So you simply use the formula n upon 2, that is 4 upon 2, that means 2. Right, guys? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Like this. This was just an example. Although this 1000 is not a perfect square, there might be another number here. Okay. Or for a number in which there are odd number of digits. For example, take this 441. So how many digits are here? 1, 2, 3. N is 3 here.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now we are trying to find out how many digits are in its square root. So you will simply use the formula n plus 1 upon 2. So n here is 3, that it is going to be 3 plus 1. We will put 3 in place of n. That will give you how much? It will give you 2. And in fact, if you find out the square root of 441, that gives you 21. Now, do tell me how many digits are in the square root of 441?
Sir, 2.
2. Yes, Ahmed?
Yes, sir. 2.
Yeah. Okay. So that was a quick recap, and moving ahead, we have got exercise 6.3. Did you guys solve all the questions? I gave you questions up till 3.
No, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, Arhan?
Yes.
Okay, you solved all the questions or not?
Sir, not all the questions, but I solved till 3.
Okay, till 3. That was the, in fact, questions. Okay, I gave you guys to solve up to 3. Ahmed, did you solve or not?
I have solved, sir.
Okay. So now let's see question number 4. You guys need to simply find the square root of following numbers by the prime factorization method in this one. Okay, do tell me if the questions are perfectly visible to you guys or not.
Yes, sir, it is.
It is visible,
Yes,
no?
sir. Yes.
Okay. So like number 729, 400, all these are smaller numbers, and its square roots can be easily calculated. No issue in that one, right? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Also, let's say if you have got questions like such questions in which the number is not a perfect square and you need to convert it into a perfect square. When I say that the number is not a perfect square, it means that you will not see pairs of its prime factors in it, right guys? Okay, so suppose a number has prime factorization like this: 2 multiplied 2 multiplied 3 multiplied 3, then 4 multiplied 4, and then 7. Okay, suppose there is any xyz number here. All right guys, and you can clearly see that it is not a perfect square. Why? Because one of the number does not exist in pair. This is a single number here. So to make this number a perfect square, you will either divide the whole value by 7, or either you will multiply the whole value, this whole value, with 7. Getting it what I'm
Excuse
saying?
me, sir.
Yes, Arhan.
Do we have to divide the number which is not in pair, or generally we have to divide it by 7?
Okay. Look, it depends upon the number given here. It depends upon the value of x here. Okay. It will depend upon the number. Okay. So either you can multiply it or either you can divide it. And also it depends upon what the question is asking you. If the question asks you which number should be multiplied, then you will multiply here 7 here. Or if the questions ask you which number should be divided, we can clearly see that if we divide the whole number, this whole number, with 7 here, then the 7 and 7 will get cancelled and you are left with perfect pairs here. Right guys? And if you multiply also, you get pairs of numbers, and hence the number will become a perfect square. Okay, move ahead. Shall we move ahead then? Okay.
Yes, sir.
See question number 5. For each of the following numbers, find the smallest whole number by which it should be multiplied so as to get a perfect square number. Also find the square root of the square numbers you obtained. Okay, so take one example out of it. Take question number 2. All right. Okay, let's factorize this one. All right. So 2 into 90, then 2 into 45, right? Then 3 into 15, again 3 into 5. So 180, its prime factorization is like this: 2 multiplied 2, multiplied 3, multiplied 3, then 5. Okay, is the number 180 a perfect square?
No.
Okay, and what does the question say is that by which smallest whole number the number should be multiplied so to make it a perfect square. Okay, you guys
So,
tell me
sir,
which. Yeah,
5.
5. Ahmed, you agree?
5. Yes, sir.
Yes. So if we multiply it with 5, what we actually do here, we make perfect pairs of numbers here. Okay, so if you multiply 180 by 5, we can directly multiply 180 by 5 here. No issue in that. That gives you 9. So the number will become 900, right guys?
Yes.
Okay, so solve one more and then we will move ahead. Solve
sir.
question number 4 here. All right, and quickly answer, give you answers in the chat box. Okay, give you answers from the ID, give you answers on the ID from which you guys are seeing me. Okay. Okay, just tell me which number should be the given number be multiplied here. Question number 4, right? 2028. Yes, Arhan, and the answer you sent now, the CO2. CO2 is not written like this. It is written like this: CO2. Okay, 2 is written at the bottom here. Okay.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, Sarhan.
I got two. I got two unpaired, which I got two pairs which does not multiply.
Okay, which does not multiply. Okay, let's find it out. So it's going to be 1014 here, right? Then it is 507, right?
I've sent the answer.
Okay, you've sent the answer. Okay, let me check. That is 3. Okay. Okay, then you have got what? Right? Right, guys? And then again you will have which value should be taken here? Do
So
tell me.
13.
13. No, not 13. Another value has to be taken here. It's 169 here, no? Okay, 169 will get divided by what number? Do tell me. Ahmed, 169 should be divided, will get divided by which
13.
number?
13, sir.
13 here. 13
Sir,
is square.
I told yes, sir.
Yeah, okay, you told this one, right? Okay, so the prime factorization of 2028, we got it to be 2 multiplied 2, then 13 multiplied 13, then multiplied 3. So 3 here does not exist in pair. Hence, if you multiply the number with 3, we will get our answer. Got this now? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay, good, Ahmed. Okay, now see another question number 6 here. For each of the following numbers, find the smallest whole number by which it should be divided so as to get a perfect square. Also find the square root of the square numbers to obtain. Okay, in the previous one also you had to find the square root. Okay, so if you divide 2028, multiply it with 3, the answer which you guys will be getting, you guys need to find its what? Square root as well. You can find it here as well. No need to just multiply the whole number. Just see over here what the numbers are going to be. Take one number out of every pair and then obtain its product, right? So it is going to be how much?
2133.
It's 78. No,
Oh.
you need to multiply it, no?
Oh.
Okay, obtain its product, right? Okay, question number 6. If you guys got how to solve this one, solve question number 3 of question 6. Okay, you will
Okay.
apply the same process. Just prime factorize the number. Once the chapter will be finished, you guys need to take note of whatever we have discussed in the class. I will share the PPT with you guys. Okay, from there you can make short notes of the chapter. Just write the formulas and different properties. Okay. You guys have to study about cube and cube roots now. That is also part of the chapter of the syllabus. Cube and cube roots.
Sir, I have.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. The next chapter is cube and cube root.
Cube and cube roots. Okay, that one is also interesting chapter. Okay, who got the answer?
Sir, is it 11?
It's 11. Okay, let's find it out. Okay.
Yes, sir. It's 11.
It's 11. Okay, so you need to just divide the number with 11 and you will obtain a perfect square, right guys? 2
Yes,
multiplied
sir.
2, 3 multiplied 3 into 11. So just divide it, we obtain number to be 6 here, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes,
See
sir.
question number 7. That one is also simple here. The students of class 7 of a school donated this much of rupees 2,401 in all from Prime Minister's National Relief Fund. Each student donated as many rupees as the number of students in the class. Find the number of students in the class. Okay. So the number of students and the number of amount donated by each student is same. Okay. Right. So let's solve this one. Question number 7. Right, guys? So number of students is same as how much? The question says what? If you read the question, each student donated as many rupees as the number of students in the class. Find the number of students in the class. Right, guys? So let's say there were a total number of students are given in the class and their total and amount donated by each student. Amount donated by each student.
So
It
is
will
it
be
49?
equal to, yes, that is correct. Okay, that is correct. That is equal to 2,400, 2,401. Okay, so we
Yes,
just
sir.
simply need to calculate number of students in the class. So if we just were to find the square root of the number, will we not get our answer?
We will, sir. We will.
Yes, sir.
Yes. So just by square rooting the number, you will get your answer. Now see question number 8. That is also similar question here. The question says that 2,025 plants are to be planted in a garden in such a way that each row contains as many plants as the number of rows. Suppose
Yes, sir.
there are 10 rows. Suppose there are 10 rows. Okay. So the question says that 10 plants also has to be planted in each row. If there are 10 rows, 10 plants have to be planted in each rows. If there are 20 rows, 20 plants have to be planted in each rows. If there are 50 rows in total, there has to be 50 rows planted, 50 plants planted in each row. So here it says that 2,025 plants have been planted here. So how we are going to find it out? Let's check it out. So number of rows multiplied number of plants in each row. Will it not be equal to 2,025?
Yes, sir.
Number of rows multiplied number of plants in each row. So for example, take this case where there are 10 plants and 10 rows. 10 rows and 10 plants are planted in each row. So the total number of plants were of how much? It was 100. That is 10 multiplied 10. Right. So same
Yes,
is
sir.
the case here as well. Number of rows multiplied number of plants will give you 2,025 plants. Okay. So how can we not say that number of rows is equal to number of plants here? Note this thing here. Number of rows is not equal to number of plants, isn't it?
So it is.
Yes, Ahmed, are you getting this? Because the question says that the each row contains as many plants as the number of rows. Right, guys?
Oh,
See this question as well. Now there were 10 rows in this one. I have taken 10 rows and I am planting 10 plants in each row. So can we not say they are equal? Number of rows and number of plants in each row is equal. So we will just write number of rows multiplied number of rows. Okay. Since both of them are equal, in place of number of plants in each row, I am writing number of rows. Okay. So number of rows whole square is equal to 2,025.
Sir,
All
I
right, guys.
found the answer.
You find out the answer. What is it?
So it's 45. So,
45. So this square will be transposed here and it will become the sign. Okay, it will go under square root. 2025, that gives you 45. That is correct,
So
Arhan.
can we also solve this by prime factorization?
Yes, definitely you can solve it using the prime factorization method. In fact, you can solve it using the long division method as well. Okay, I'm coming to the long division method. Okay, that needs more clarification because I'm guessing you guys still have confusion in that one. Now, see question number 9 and 10. Those are also easier. So what you guys need to do in both of them, just take their LCM. Okay, in your junior classes, you guys must have solved questions like this. The first question is find the smallest square number that is divisible by each of the numbers 4, 9, and 10. So I'm solving one of the question, other you guys will solve it yourself. So 4, 9, and 10. Okay, so let's find it out. Its LCM, right?
So it's
180. Good. Okay, so the LCM here is like this: 2 multiplied 3 multiplied 2 multiplied 3 multiplied 5. Or if you were to arrange it, it will look like this. Okay, and the product is how much?
780.
It is 180. But we need to find the smallest square number that is divisible by each of the numbers. Okay, so see if it is divisible by each of the numbers or not, this 180. Yes, but here's the catch, no? 180 is not a square number. The question says you to find the smallest square number, guys. But 180 is not a perfect square, right? So if you multiply our number with 5 here, will we not get pairs here, pairs of factors? So you multiply 180 with 5, then you get 9. And we know 9 is the square of 30, right, guys? So hence 900 is the required answer. Did you guys got this one or not?
Yes, sir, but why did we multiply it by 5?
Okay. Because the question says that we need to find the smallest square number that is divisible by each of the numbers 4, 9, and 10. Right. So we saw here, upon finding the LCM of 4, 9, and 10, we got 180. Okay, but we know that 180 is not a perfect square. Yes. So
Yes.
if you look at the prime factors, this 2 and 2 are in pair, 3 is also in pair, but 5 was not in pair. No, 5 was not in pair here. So if you multiply it with 5, you will we will get a perfect square number. It is similar to this question. It is similar to question number 5. Okay, just that you have a little variation that you have got 3 numbers and you need to find such a square number which is divisible by all these 3 numbers.
So
Okay.
I got it.
Okay, Ahmed, you got this?
Okay.
Okay, just let me quickly revise it. Look, you need to find the LCM of 4, 9, and 10. All right. The LCM of these numbers are going to be 2 multiplied 2, then 3 multiplied 3, and then 5. It is going to be 180. Right, Ahmed. But read the question. You need to find the smallest square number. All right, or smallest square number. But is 180 a square number? No, definitely no. Okay, so you need to find such a small square number which is getting divided by 4, 9, and 10, all these 3 numbers. So if we were to multiply the number with 5 here again, with 5 here, will we not get pairs of number? Right. So you will end up getting 180 multiplied 5, that is 900. Right? Remember, we are not finding a square root. We are finding what here? We are finding a square of the number. So see this 900. Will 900 not get divided by 4 or 9 or 10?
Yes, sir.
Do tell me. It is divisible by all these 3 numbers. Same you guys have to do for question number 10 as well. Okay. So in a previous class, we were talking about division method. Okay, you guys quickly read this, read all this 7 step Ahmed, did you got this one or not? You left in the you got disconnected. आपने method समझा था?
Yes,
How
sir.
did?
I got disconnected before.
Okay, so you guys just read all the 7 steps. Okay, then we will move ahead. Just give it a read. All right. Okay, or I can take the example here, 8281. Okay, now you guys are going to guide me. You guys are going to guide me as per the steps that how should I find its square root. So do tell me what is the first thing I should be doing here.
So you should place a bar over each 10th digit.
Yeah. So this is my number. I should be placing a bar. Okay. All right, I have placed bar. Next.
We have to find
You have to
the
find
number of the square.
The square is less than or equal to the number under the leftmost bar. So which number is under the leftmost bar? 82.
so 82.
Okay. So if you see 82, okay, it is closer to square of 9 or is it closer to square of 10?
9.
9.
So
So
9.
you are going to take 9 here. And you are going to treat this 9 as a divisor and quotient as well. Okay. Now next, we write the value here, 81. Okay. Further, it says that yeah, it also says na, take the number as a divisor or as well as the quotient. So this 9 here is divisor and quotient as well. Okay, जैसे आप normal division करते हैं. Okay, now subtract the product of divisor and quotient from the number. Subtract the product of divisor and quotient. Divisor and quotient here. That is 81 from 81 has to be subtracted here. So that gives you 1. Okay, read the step further. What does it says?
So we have to move the second bar down.
Okay, bring the next number under bar down. Okay, so we have taken this number down now. Next, what needs to be done?
So we have to double the question, and
Yeah.
then we have to find the number which is close to or equal to 181.
Okay. So we have double the quotient. We have bring down the number and next you need to double the quotient and add a blank on the right of it. So let's add a blank on the right of it. All right. So far everything's good, going good. Okay. Now what next needs to be done? You guys need to guess a largest possible digit to fill this blank. Okay, and also to become the new digit in the quotient. Okay. Now here's the thing. The number which you are going to write in this blank, okay, it's the same number has to be written in the quotient as well. The same number has to be written here as well. Remember this thing. All right. So that the product of new divisor and this digit is equal to or just less than the new dividend. Okay, so that the product of new divisor, that means the product of new divisor, I'm taking this one here. Sorry, product of this divisor, this is 18 and this blank. So this is the divisor, so that the product of the new divisor and this digit is equal to or just less than the new dividend. Meaning, if you multiply it with yeah, with this number, it should be equal to 181 or less than 181. So if you guys see, we place 1 over here, so it will give 181, right? 181 multiplied 1, that gives you 181. and the remainder is 0 here, right? Hence,
Yes,
what is
sir.
the square root of the given number?
So 90.
91. Ahmed, did you got this one?
Yes, sir. Yes, I have even taken a screenshot of it.
Okay, okay. If you guys like, just take the screenshot of it, of the steps, and you
Sir,
guys are,
can you give us a question related to this method?
yeah, sure. We are going to solve some questions on this method. Okay. Okay, let's take a question. Okay, let's take another question. Let's take 441. Okay, find the square root of this number. That's pretty simple. It should not take too much time. Take one more value, 15625. Okay, that is also a perfect square. Both these numbers are perfect square, meaning that the remainder is going to be 0 here. Okay. Okay, so where should we place the bars in the first one?
Sir, at 4 and 41.
Okay. Yes, Ahmed, at 4 and 41.
Yes.
Okay. And in the next one,
We have to take the largest whole square.
start from the right side.
Yeah.
Okay. Start from the right side. So on
Yeah.
25, then 56, and then 1. All right.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now also you need to take the number under the bar. Okay. So suppose you are calculating for this number 441, you are going to treat this 4 as the leftmost number, as the step says. Place a bar and then find the largest number whose square is less than or equal to the number under the leftmost bar. So this 4 is closer to a square of 2 or a square of 3.
Sir, 2.
2. So 2, that gives you 4 here, right guys? Then it becomes 0. Then bring down the next number under the bar. That gives you 41, right guys? Okay, now from here on, you guys lead me. Ahmed and Arhan.
Okay, sir.
You also need to double down the number here now.
Sir, I got the answer. Shall I send it in the chat box?
Send it in the
Tell me.
chat box. Send it in the chat
Okay,
box.
sir.
Okay. And Ahmed, you tell me what needs to be done next.
So do we double the
Yes,
double
we
the
have
digit?
double the digit here. It became 4 here. Okay. Now read the step number 6 here. Read this step. Or just read step number 5 first. It also says to add a blank on the right of the number. Okay, so add a blank here.
One.
All right.
Okay, sir.
Add a blank over here, not here. All right. No need to place blank here. Place blank here because this is the question, no?
Yes, sir. That.
Yeah. So you guys need to add a
Sir,
blank
reading
next to question. That will be more convenient. Yes, that is correct, Arhan. So Ahmed, what does step number 6 says? Quickly read this one. Read aloud.
Okay, so guess the largest possible digit to fill in the blank and also to become the new digit in the quotient so that the product of the new divisor and this digit is equal or to or just less than the new dividend.
All right. So do tell me that what number should come in place of this blank. Okay. So that this 41 gets cancelled. So if we were to place one here and one here as well, and then you multiply 41 multiplied 1, that is, this is your divisor, no? Divisor multiplied quotient gives you dividend, remember? Divisor
Yes,
multiplied quotient gives you dividend here, right guys? So this is your dividend now. So divisor
Excuse me,
multiplied
sir.
quotient. Yes, Arhan?
Do we have to repeat the steps again and again till we have only one
Yes,
bar left?
yes, exactly. Till all
Okay,
the
sir.
bars are over, you need to keep on doing the step. Okay. So for smaller numbers, it is pretty easier, but for larger numbers, you need to keep on repeating the step. So see here, the divisor multiplied quotient here. So that means multiplied what equals to 400 equals to 41. So 41, clearly 41 multiplied 1 equals to 41, right, Ahmed and Aran? So here the number is going to be 1, right? So the
yes,
required answer is root under 441 is what? 21. 21 is the square root of 441. Hope you got this one.
yes, sir.
Okay. See, question number, next question. See this one. Yes,
Yes,
Ahmed and Arhan, did you guys solve this one or not, or shall I help this one?
Sir, I'm solving it.
Okay. Ahmed, you also solve this one.
oh, okay, sir.
Okay.
Sir,
Look,
I have sent you the answer.
just follow the mentioned steps here. It is pretty easier.
Oh, okay, sir.
Okay. ये चीजें आपको तब तक समझ नहीं आएंगी जब तक आप प्रैक्टिस नहीं करोगे. Okay. So which is the leftmost number here?
Leftmost number 15.
No, that is 1 here. You need to count the number under the bar. Okay. So you need to take the number under the bar. This 1 has to be treated as a single number. Okay. 5 should not be included with together with 1. Okay. And remember, the bars are placed over pairs of numbers, and when you have got a single digit over that number also, you will place a bar. Okay. So whenever you will do calculation, you will uh, consider 25 together, 56, and then 1. This is how you consider the numbers. So for 1, we are obviously going to take 1 here, right? Because 1 is square equals to 1, right? So you write 1 over here, and that gives you 0 here, right? What was the next step, Ahmed?
Sir, we have to subtract the
Yes, we have done that.
we have done that. Okay.
Yeah.
Then we have to bring the second uh,
We need to bring down the number under the next bar. Okay. So which number is under the next bar?
Sir, I've got the answer. Shall I send it?
Yes, send it to me. Ahmed, you quickly tell me.
is 56.
That is 56. Okay. Ahmed, have you sent the answer? This answer here?
Yes, sir.
Okay, by the way, that is correct answer. And Arhan, I haven't received your answer.
Sir, I've sent it at MD Sohail in the account which I can see you.
All right, all right. That is it 125? Is
Yes,
your answer
sir.
125? Okay, then that is correct. So let's see. See here. Now, after you have bring down the number under the next bar down, then you need to divide. Then you need to double the quotient. So double this quotient here. So it will become 2 here, and add a blank next to it. Right. So
Yes,
add
sir.
a blank next to it. Okay. So by what number should it be multiplied so that it is close to 56? So if you were to 21 multiplied 1, that is 21, not close enough to 56.
Yes, sir.
22 multiplied 2 equals to 44. Okay, somewhat close to 56. What?
So
23?
7 square.
No, not 7. So 69 is bigger than 56. 21 is way too smaller. 44 is closest to it. So we will take 2 here. And on the quotient side also, you guys will take 2. Right?
Yes,
So
sir.
you guys take 44 here. And then again repeat the next step. Multiply, subtract the number. That is how much? That is 12. Okay, and then again bring down the number under the next bar. Okay, that is 25. Right.
Yeah, yes, sir.
And again you guys need to add this 2 to this 2 here.
Oh,
Okay, add this 2 to this 2 here. Okay,
4,
so it will be becoming what? 24 now. Okay, see, step number 7, repeat steps 3 to 6 till all bars have been considered and the remainder becomes 0. So we are repeating step number 3 to 6 again. We have subtracted the product of divisor and quotient. We have subtracted this 44 for 56. We have brought down the number 25. Okay, and we have double the quotient here, right? Right, guys.
yes.
Now, do you guys tell me by which number should this 241 be multiplied? Okay, so that I get a number either equal to 225 or close to it. So is it 4? Yes, guys. It's 976. Is it 245 multiplied 5? That is equal to, in fact, 1225. Are you guys getting it?
Yes, sir, we are.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So if we multiply it with 5, we get 1225. Hence, the remainder becomes 0. So what is the required answer here?
720.
125 is the square root of 15,625.
Yes, sir.
125 multiplied 125, that is 125, guys. All right, now there's one more thing I need you to tell you guys about this thing. Okay, if you guys were to notice, if you guys will notice one thing here, that see all these numbers like 441 of 15,625. Okay, now count the number of digits in them. Sorry, when you guys place bars over them like this and like this. Okay, so how many bars were present in each of them? There were 2 bars in this one.
Yes, sir. And there is 3 bars in that one.
There is 3 bars in this one. Interestingly, if you guys see one more thing here, the square root of 441, that is 21, and its square root was 125. Now notice the number of digits in the square root and the number of bars over the square number. Is it not same? 2 bars, 2 digits.
Oh, yes, sir.
3 bars, 3 bars,
3
3 digits. Right, guys? So if you are asked to directly calculate the number of, if you are asked to find out the number of digits in the square root without actual calculation, via this method, you can quickly find it out. Hope you guys got this one.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Yes,
that
sir.
is pretty easy. Okay, now see exercise 6.4. Find the square root of each of the following numbers by division method. Okay, it's pretty easy. You guys can solve it. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Next one, just I just told you. Yeah.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Our assignment.
Is applying the division method necessary, or can we find the square root by any method?
No. Look at hand. The thing is now, in your examination, these questions will be asked to specifically solve using the division method, and you have to show in your copy that you applied that method. And in fact, if you go by the prime factorization method, for larger numbers, it might take more time. Yes. So I would suggest you, and in fact, as the question and exercise says, you need to solve it using the division method only. Okay. Don't use the prime
Okay, sir.
factorization or continuous subtraction. Repeated subtraction. See question number 2, solve question number 5 of the next question. Do tell me.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. So do we have to send answers in the chat box?
Yes. And for the, you will see there are numbers in decimal form, and we will get to learn how to find the square root of numbers which are in decimal. Okay. So suppose this 15,625. Okay, if it was like this, so you are required to find its square root. Then how will you find its square root? Okay, so that can also be find out using the long division method, which next we are going to discuss. If the time permits, then we will discuss that one also today. So why is it taking so much time? It's pretty easier, no?
Sir, I
Just
sent
place
it.
bar over the number. Yeah, that is 3. Arhan, no need to use that formula. Look, it says without any calculation.
Without
Just
any-
place bar over the numbers.
Oh,
Okay. Look, this is why I discussed this one, no?
oh,
How to find the number of digits in the square root of any number without any calculation. Right, guys? So just place bars over the number and that's it. Okay. Count the number of bars. The number of bars will give you it will give you the number of digits in the square root. Okay. Ahmed and
Okay,
Arhan.
sir.
Yeah. Okay. Now, next is how do we find the square root of the following decimal numbers? So if you are provided your numbers in decimal form, how do you find its square root? See, all these numbers are perfect squares.
yes,
Okay.
sir.
All right. So for that also we have got a method here. See, how to find the square root of decimals. Let's follow these steps here. First, placed bar on the integral part of the number, as we do in the long division method. Just like how you place bar on the on for the regular numbers, place the bar for decimal numbers as well. So let's say here the number provided is how much? What is the number? 5.3361. So first step is simply place the bar over the numbers like this. Right, guys? What does the next step says? Make even number of decimal places by affixing a 0 if necessary. Make even number of decimal places. Okay.
You-
So the decimal places, what this 3361, they are here in even number, right? So if they are in odd number, you can make them even by adding 0. So suppose if the number was like this 5.336, so you can make it 0 by adding 0 to it, because you know after decimal, no matter how many zeros you write, it does not changes the value of the number. For example, if I give you 10 rupees and I write 0 after decimal, does it change the value?
No.
Okay, so you can make the numbers even by adding 0 also. All right, guys. So then you will place bar on every pair of digits beginning with the first decimal place. When if the number of digits after decimal is odd, then you will add 0. For this number, no need to add 0. Now find the square root by long division method. Place decimal point in the quotient as soon as the integral part is exhausted. Right. So the integral part is what? 5 here. This is the integral part. All right. Integral part here means the whole number here, not in decimal. This is 5 is a complete whole number here, right? So after you are exhausted with it, so here you will write 2, then after you are done with it, you will place a decimal here. All right, guys. And you will again write 4 here, and then you will bring down this number 33 here. Okay, see, the only thing here is that placing a decimal, placing a decimal point in the quotient. After you are done with 5, since the decimal was placed after 5, you are done with 5, you will place point after 2. Okay, and rest the step is same. जैसे आप long division method में करते हो, the same step has to be followed here as well. Hope that is clear.
Yes, sir.
Ahmed, to you?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, it is simple. So try solving this all these questions. Okay, solve question number 3 as well. Okay, and question number 4 as well. And see, other questions are also easy. Okay. Okay then. So if you guys got